Welcome back to another stellar episode of Chatzone, the Battle Royale. Ooh, you know that name fire. That's why y'all click on the title. It's like, what the fuck? That's fire, right? That name is fire, bro.
I came up with it. I'm proud of it.
Yeah, man, bro. We was laughing our ass off when we trying to think of a name for this show.
I was fucking around. I was just like, chat zone, Battle Royale. We were like,
You
okay,
know
that's
what?
actually heat.
You know what? That actually is pretty fire for a podcast. So we was like, you know what? We go with it. We gonna go for it. And I love it, man. I love it ever since. Ever since we started this shit, I've loved it ever since. But yeah, it's another episode. We're gonna have to have some good times. I will be playing with some friends this time around. They'll be muted on my end. I'm gonna lower the volume just a tad bit on their chat so that way it doesn't kind of come into too heavily because I know we're gonna be pretty much talking the whole time. So I don't want too many voices for you guys to try to hear and listen to um, over. So I'll have that setting set up. And then for that, we'll just be, I think we're running trios, if I'm not mistaken. Um, they'll be they'll be joining me shortly. Oh, there's one right there. He's in now. So, oh man, that's not what I want to do. But yeah, and I'll be running with the M4A1 and the SPR, keeping it real simple, going back to what I know I can use, especially while talking. So I won't be because I'm going to be kind of distracted. So don't judge me too much on the play, but I may pull off some really cool shit too. So judge that part, judge the cool parts only, cool parts only. That I feel like that's a deal. But other than that, man, we just gonna vibe it out and have some fun. Like you said, man,
Yes.
it's the weekly download, man. I've been viewing, looking back at like my other chats on episodes, and trying to figure out like what did I feel like I was lacking or missing on it, and I think what I ended up feeling like what was the issue is I felt like it didn't have like a sense of direction. Like the episodes prior to, it felt like we were more or less trying to keep up with like social events more
Yeah.
and more or less trying to kind of like become this radio entity where like we're like a breakfast club or a fucking
And what we talked about when talking about chat zone was more just like how are we feeling, what's on our mind,
right.
like mentally kind of a check-in each week, like mental health, and of course different things we can talk about. We're just not just talking about mental health, but yeah, we're not trying to do what other, I guess, like you said, Breakfast Club and all that stuff they
Yeah, like we're
do.
not a radio show. We're not a show that's going to be
Not
trying to
giving out like
compete
hot
with.
takes
Yeah, like we're
necessarily.
having hot takes and thought pieces and think pieces on things in that type of way because it's like at the end of the day, man, I don't want to be giving my opinion on shit that it don't even involve me or affect me. And I've never been that kind of guy to really like go hop into an internet argument over some shit that doesn't bother me whatsoever in a interpersonal way. Like, so why would I try to do that on the show? Like that's just being outside of me and outside of how I naturally am. So that's why I was like, we need to get back to what I would consider the basics of what chat zone, what I always wanted chat zone to be, because
Mm-hmm.
this is what I wanted to create when I started streaming in general. I wanted to be able to create a space, man, because I felt like nobody, every niche area like this kind of has its own place. You know what I mean? Like there's inclusiveness all across the board. That can happen in these type of situations with streaming in general. You know what I'm saying? You have your LGBTQ people, you have black people, you have white people, you got your Hispanics. So there's all kinds of people that stream.
Mm-hmm.
Now who's successful and who's not? That's all relative, and definitely can dive into that and find like some type of trend somewhere else where sure, I'm not trying to act like we're all just great over here doing fine, and everybody gets the same feel like looks or whatever. No, no. I'm just saying like you could find those niche groups everywhere, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like within those niche groups need to be something that is for like a weekly download or like a place where that feels mental health open.
Yeah.
to where you don't have to feel like, because gaming in general is a very abrupt, toxic, type of area where motherfuckers will talk shit about you from start to beginning, roast you, find your profiles, message you, all kinds of toxic
They're not
shit.
trying to
You
foster
know,
that type of environment
exactly.
there,
And I feel like nobody, and not everybody is like that in gaming. There's a lot of people that's not like that in gaming. But at the same time, having a stream set up to where there could be somewhere where they can actually come and just hang out and chill, watch some gameplay, hang out, talk about shit, meet people that they never met before,
Mm-hmm.
that also think about the same things and have the same feelings, and listen to two people talk about issues on on their interpersonal side that just may relate and vibe with them, to where they can find some type of kindred spirit, bro. Because like like the memes that be passing around. You know what I'm saying? No gamer is alone when you got friends. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like you get on the game, you gonna have a homie or somebody to come hang out with you, or come vibe with you, or play with you, because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like as a
That's
gaming
our
community, that's how
goal,
we stay
hopefully,
together.
for Chatzone is, a place where, like, even if you don't maybe not interact regularly or have other things going on, hopefully it becomes a thing where, each week people can come and just say something, in the chat, want to talk about a certain topic, again, not toxic or anything. We're not trying to do that. And hopefully meet other people, or just hang out with us.
Right. I want to be able to, like, the biggest thing is like fostering a group to where people come, hang out, join up, and then they end up meeting friends of their own.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting people of their own, to where they also have the similar types of interests, indoor fields on the internal side of it, because you can build a hell of a good friendship with people when you're able to be open in a space that calls for it.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. I'm not gonna say it's so like it's perfect every time you meet somebody, because I know there's probably some horror stories out there of like groups like this that's not in the gaming world or just anywhere else, like
Mm-hmm.
therapy sessions, group therapy sessions, where you're being more vulnerable, and you think this person that just heard you be kind of vulnerable can be a great friend for you, and end up being completely shitty or toxic or even worse than what you already experienced. So I'm sure they're out there. I'm not trying to say it's easier or it's like perfect every time, but it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit
Mm-hmm.
easier to feel like connected to someone when you're in a space that's open like this. So for me, I always wanted to be able to create a space for people in general like this, even outside of when I thought streaming would be the route that I would take, because streaming in general was never, you know, the dream goal. It
Yeah.
became something when I saw the potential applications of being able to create the space that I wanted, because I wanted to do the American dream way. I still technically am working, save up your money, and then you make something for the community,
Mm-hmm.
and I still want to do that. But then I feel like this is another way to reach people on a broader scale, and at least be able to reach them on a personal level without having to have the funds. And that was the biggest thing about the setting up the stream and doing streaming in general, so I can be able to reach people, have fun with people, and be able to connect and enjoy the life that we all got to share together. You know what
Right.
I mean? And there's no need for nobody to be able to share without a space that they can feel like they can feel comfortable in, even if especially if it's something that they can't do in person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I know online stuff is always a thing that for people to join up on, get into. Uh, they create your whole personas. So people gotta completely escape from reality.
Mm-hmm.
They're a whole different monster online, a whole different person online. Where it's like they're way more open, way more funnier, way
Mm-hmm.
more, cool and loving and caring. But like in person, they feel like they're so shelled up and closed off and shit.
Right.
So it's like, well, we got to be able to create a space where
I could
everybody
definitely
can
relate
feel
to
that.
that.
Because
Yeah.
you want to be able to have to be able to come into a space and just be cool, bro. Just not have to worry about the judgmental side of shit. So that's what Chatzone is. I know. I think this is probably the second time I explained it, but I think the more explanations I give out, the better they become,
Right.
and the better they'll be received. But other than that, man, how's everybody been doing, man? Has everybody been doing good? I hope everybody has had a good week this week. Even if you didn't, I'm glad you struggled through it, man. You got done with it. It's over with. That week is done. You struggled through it. It was a rough week for you. You got through it. So congratulations on that on getting to Sunday. You know, that's a goal. At the end of the day, everybody wants to get through their week. You know, so hope everybody had a good week. Hope everybody chilled out and was able to enjoy the Saturdays and work wasn't too hectic and
Yeah.
it's a breeze.
Saturday was pretty good.
Yeah. Saturday was actually good. Saturday was great. Our Saturday, we just chilled and
first time in a while it actually felt like a Saturday. I don't know.
right, like we just chilled out and watched fucking Wolf of Wall Street and
such a great movie.
dude, bro, it is just so wild the things that he was able to complete and get away with and to just do in general, bro. Like that man was a monster. That man was a monster. Like he lived a life fit for at least 6 other people, and whew, just crushed it. And it only had to do 4 years in Club Fed.
Yeah.
Only had to do 4 years. Do you understand the fact that this man got right back out and lived the life like low key? Like yeah, he did that honest living shit. I really don't know if he did the Jordan, the little seminar shit. I know it's based on a true story, so I don't really know what he did after prison.
Yeah, I don't know. I only know.
I'm pretty sure he probably did do it just to keep up appearances on why he has money, and everything. Probably because I'm pretty sure. I mean, if I was
all his stuff.
If I was this man and I made this movie, do you think I'm going to divulge everywhere I hid money? I'm going to talk about the one Swiss bank account that you busted. I'm not going to talk about the many, many, many others that I probably put into place for this very reason. Because why else would you put a Swiss bank account in the first place? Just in case you get caught. And then why would you do one if you have the ability to get more? You know what I mean?
People don't think about stuff.
Oh, come on. He was a smart man with his money. He was, a fucking loose cannon with his drugs, but with his money, he took good. I think he took good fucking care of how he was moving his money and how he was washing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that man probably had more than one, bank account on the slide. Come on. Or at the very least he had cash stashed somewhere. At the very least. You know what I'm saying? Like even the common criminal would think about that.
It couldn't be in his house. I'm sure they searched.
Oh yeah, it's probably at somebody's crib that he had a very small familiarity with, like where I was seeing with this man once 20 years ago. That's when I gave him the money, kind of thing, where it was like that shit didn't have there was no real tie to this person, and trying to find him would be a needle in a haystack kind of thing.
Right.
That's what I would do at least. I'll try to find somebody that I had the least amount of contact ever that I can trust based off of just principle of our understanding. And you just go off of that because you can't go with somebody close to you, obviously, for obvious reasons. They're gonna check all that shit. You have to go with somebody that's that you got a principle based understanding of, where like this here is enough. He'll fit. So if I was him, I would have did something like that.
I can't even truly begin to imagine. Am I getting picked up?
Yeah, probably.
I can't even truly begin to imagine that type of lifestyle. Like, to just have that much money and power, just not, I don't want to do all that wild shit, but, like, just the fact of, like...
If you just tuned in, we're talking about Wolf of Wall Street right now.
That much fucking money. It's crazy.
No.
Man, when Donnie popped that fucking champagne bottle and was sitting there talking about 22 million in 3 hours from dropping the IPO for Steve Madden, I couldn't even imagine dropping those words after popping champagne. I'm popping champagne is more like, "Oh, you not pregnant?" You know? I got a boy. I got a new promotion. Like that's like normal motherfucking stuff. Popping champagne on. This man said 22 mil in 3 hours.
And it's like, it's that thing is you can't make that much money without doing something. There's no way.
I don't
unless you hit the lottery or some shit.
Unless you hit the fucking lottery or you fucking, I mean, just a stock market
I haven't seen
savant
it
of
enough.
all savants.
I've
Like
got a
you
little bit.
just you ringing bell on
Jesus
every big
Christ!
fucking name that has ever popped up in any fast
I
trend,
need help.
and cashing out and putting back in. You know what I'm saying? Like on a
Sakes.
wild,
Jesus Christ.
crazy level. You know what I mean? So it's like,
You
unless
see
you're
it,
doing
guy?
some shit like that, I don't see it. I don't see it all. Like you
Christ,
got to be doing
Cholo.
some criminal activities,
You
bro.
have to.
Like, but
You're
at the same
exploiting
time, bro.
someone, or
At the
you're
same
doing
time, bro.
something wrong.
I'm.
He got saved.
Bro, if I could have pulled it off, I would have pulled it
Jesus
off
Christ.
too. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you folks. If I could pull off what Jordan Belfort did,
Sundays are free.
and I'm only
Boys
using
from
this
Paulo.
movie name because I know his real name is something different.
No, I
If I
thought that
could
was his real
I
name.
thought his name was something different. I thought his name was some
Hey,
G,
that's
some
them days.
some Italian. Deadass? Oh, no, I'm looking at
The other characters.
the other characters had different names, right? That's okay. See, now I think I was looking at somebody else's name, thinking it was his name. But shit, if I could pull off what this man
One when I had
pulled
my
off,
TPN
And the
yesterday.
feds are
would've done it.
tuning in.
and the feds have tweaked the frequency. Oh, so you want to commit stock frauds? Okay,
Get this
okay.
guy.
We're gonna get this guy. This guy is about to get it. I'm assuming they're all here, so we're about to get it.
But I'm scared.
Gang's all here.
The game's oh
No, we're
shit.
waiting for
Nope, never mind.
Nunez.
I got one more person coming. I just saw the chat. He texted said he's getting on. We're waiting for one more person.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, they're not saying anything to me. Cool. I was just making sure no one like Cam, don't go. But yeah, no, yeah, they're probably just like, yeah, we're about to get this guy. This guy is ours. Who would it, though, man? If you knew you could get away with it, would you try? Would you try?
It'd have to be super guaranteed. Like, but just to know
I mean,
that
think about
there's
like
those potential consequences.
think about if you could put yourself in his shoes at any point in time of that movie, prior to what the moment where he decided to stay at the company, because I think that's where it went too far south. There's no salvaging it, getting out of the game without jail time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like any time in the movie, just talk about Wolf of Wall Street. If you could place yourself at any point in time in that movie, would you or and where?
Well, he said $22 million in 3 hours.
Dead ass. I would definitely place myself in the movie for sure, for fucking sure. I would, but my only thing in that movie that I would change it in me in my shoes, bro. I'm stepping down when I got away with the DUI. When I got away with the DUI and Bragg going to jail, I would have just stepped. I mean, you just got millions on top of millions. You have more than enough to live comfortably 5-6 times over, low key.
He got greedy.
Oh,
They always get greedy.
Oh yeah, I mean he's addicted to the power, man. I mean, I can't blame him in a way, but that's his fault. That was his fault.
Pepper's watching this like, what is this, fucking 2018? Like, what, watching this movie now?
Boy,
It's not our first time watching it.
no. I know we're talking about it. It's like, why are they doing a review of fucking Wolf of Wall Street? Of all fucking, it's a great fucking movie. We just be watching it just for the fuck of it.
Legend Cam.
Oh, bet we're all here. All gangs all here.
Doing
I want to go ahead and
And
start
I'm gonna tend to the crying baby.
it. Baby comes in. He comes in. Everything comes together like pieces. You know, puzzles.
Bro, my allergies.
But no, yeah, I mean, Wolf of Wall Street was just a fucking masterpiece. I don't understand, honestly, how Leonardo didn't catch an Oscar for that, because the arguing scene in the bed where she hit him with the water, and he was arguing with her about that shit. That was a fucking beautiful scene, acting wise, from both of them. The fucking scene where he took the lemons and got hit with the cerebral palsy stage. Fucking excellent acting. And every speech that man gave to the group of people or to someone, or he sold or pitched, was fucking
I was
perfect. There's no reason he should have never won an Oscar that year. He should have got an Oscar for sure. I mean, I know he finally got one and everything else for I forgot which role it was.
Gotta take a
break.
break.
But that should have been his Oscar-winning one. I feel like that should have been the. That's it. He's our guy. After all these times, that's the guy.
Shower.
But enough about our Saturday. Fuck, we went into a whole fucking tangent on nothing. Honestly, how's you guys' Saturday go? How'd you guys' weekend been going so far? I mean, obviously, as you can hear, ours has been going pretty fucking good, pretty fucking chill. Actually, we're just vibing this weekend, man. We try to take it slow. Right, I'll just say we just been chilling out this weekend, man. Haven't really been doing much or going crazy out there, trying to do outside things. We do try to go to the park though. We need to get to the park, take him out to the park.
Yes, he needs to go to the park.
And
He needs to get on the swing.
get him some park experience. Because with the whole pandemic, obviously we didn't go to no parks any other time before he turned 1. So now that he's 1, the state opened back up. So we can test the waters a little bit. We still wearing our masks.
Yeah,
and
we
shit.
still wear our masks and stuff.
We'll go to the park. I want to take it to the park so we can get some type of normal baby park experience.
I don't know if you have it set up.
Oh,
I feel like I'm doing my little justice having to sit in. Not be able to
That would
do
be hard to
normal
have a chat
1-year-old,
room
2-year-old
meeting
things
every
that my other 3 got to do.
It might just
Or
be here. He might be
I got to
playing
do
his
his
audio,
kids.
but
So
Yeah.
separate,
don't want him to be
chat zone.
left out of that scenario. But other than that, man, we've been chilling. How you been this week though?
I was just about to ask you the same thing.
Great mind thing of life,
Hard to
bro.
play with, bro.
My mental health has been
I'm decent with it.
pee.
It's just
Whoa,
I'm so used to doing
baby
things
talk
with
on
controllers, like,
954 FM.
side to side.
Baby, it's
Yeah, just been not feeling the greatest this week. This weekend's better.
What's been like the,
Oh man, we were
the
talking
main
about
thing
it
on your
last
head?
night.
Like
before you-
anxiety
before y'all was
ridden?
like, man, they're good. Dude. They're like, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
do
So you had some
sometimes,
sabotage
so I can't
or-
have it too many
or-
times. I was
What is
just
it,
like,
Well, I always have anxiety about like everything, literally. Not a game, seriously.
I'm just talking about
Yeah,
But I don't know, just
No,
with
they're
general
good. They're
parts.
good. If you're on sugar, bro, you're good.
Yeah, just like not feeling
I
too
mean,
great about
I
myself.
wouldn't drink them like
And what
every day, but I mean, I don't think you can't have not enough of it.
I have at least 3 a
Dude,
day.
Every way.
dude,
God
sometimes
damn, Mike.
more or less
I
about
have
like
the regular
your
Dr. Pepper Zero, the cream soda zero,
Uh,
the cherry
That's
zero.
right.
like yourself, or is it like your situation? Like what exactly is it?
Myself.
how's
Like
the
just
Dr.
in
Pepper
general,
Zero?
myself. And
It tastes like
tastes
Dr.
um,
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
you just
Very-
get, well,
just,
it's
you
the sugar.
know,
you
I'm-
can, the
You
sugar,
can tell, yeah,
you
you
can
can
taste,
tell the
right?
difference.
my
It's
mom,
not as sweet. It's not as
um,
sweet,
Yeah.
but
and
not
like
as syrupy,
so
I think.
navigating through that
Sometimes that's what I mean,
is
sometimes
difficult
I
because
drink,
like I just feel
and
like I
hooked
kind
on
of
Mountain Dew
don't really
Cold Red, dude,
have
like I'll fiend for some.
any,
some
like,
that
any
shit,
frame
I
of
can't drink Mountain Dew.
Ooh.
reference or
Uh,
any like this is all new and wild to me. Like
Right.
all of it's
Ugh.
all of it's crazy.
drink.
You know, I don't know where
I had a
babies
bottle
like
last
what
year. I
when
haven't
they
had
do
a
stuff.
bottle
Like I have no frame of mind of like what age babies do things and all this shit.
Right.
Everything I go by like pediatrician. I ask her questions and of course you research like you look up stuff online and just going by like general guidelines and milestones. So like that always
Pretty good, huh?
Pops rounds on,
gives me anxiety because it's like is he
scared me.
is he where he needs to be? Is he doing okay? And am I doing enough? And like doing too much or whatever. So it's just like that always kind of weighs on
So
me.
do we have a person here or
I
not?
feel that. I feel that.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
like I
I'm
mean,
just
for
that-
me, obviously it's a
Probably
little different
bite
because
off.
I already
Why
have
do we grab
3
a bounty? We
from
should
a
have grabbed
previous
a king.
relationship with one.
I
chick.
grabbed one as soon as I
I
saw
got
it.
like
Just
two
'cause
baby
there was a
mamas.
guy here. When you said there was a guy here.
I'm just doing me for me. No, no. There's one more.
See ya, like
I was in farmer.
No. One woman tried to make it work,
Go ahead and
but
buy
you know
that.
that just didn't. That did making it work didn't. Oh, this motherfucker landed on this. But that it just don't. But we
Focus.
Right? Focus.
I got two
Bring it
freaking
back,
snipers.
Fritzy. We just been, but yeah, like I don't have the same type of fear and anxiety for him, but I do want to make sure that I'm more hands on because at a young age I was working a lot. Like I was pretty much going all day, every day,
The neck and
just to
round
make ends
seven,
meet.
boy.
You know, I was 19 with 2 kids at one point, 20 with 3 kids. So like
I know. I thought
I
about
didn't have
47
time to
too.
go
I'm
out
trying
and
to
just
stick it out with this AK-47, man.
Be
I know
a
it's
dad.
be a dad and be
I
there
don't
at all
even have it
times. Like
like
that was
that,
a
Brad.
thing that we got had issues with the general.
I'm just running what I have so
You
far.
know,
Oh, wait
me
till
always
yeah,
being
wait till you
on
look.
and
It's fully done, dude. It's
us
pretty
not being able to
decent.
do things
Recoil,
as a family or
I hate it.
all
You
that.
just
So
gotta
it was
Yeah,
always a
that
thing
first
where
row,
It is,
I was
man.
talking when me and Art we were playing Plunder, and I was just
that
like, fuck the
that I
recoil,
can't
but
run
you
into.
get used
So
to it, but when you do,
for
bro,
for
shit,
me
you know
nowadays,
when you get
it's
your
more or
hit
less
target.
worrying about making sure that I step in, that I'm more present.
I forgot we don't
they
have
already hit over
to
here. That I'm more present, that I'm
We
more
got an ammo box
in
as well.
the know of
You
him
don't
and
have
his
to what?
development and things that he's
We
doing,
don't
things that
have to move.
but I'm more like being
No, we got zones.
you know,
So
more
yeah.
playful
that
and
bounty
available.
disappears,
Yeah,
And,
we
you
get
know,
that
and
king.
Mhm.
it also
Another
makes me feel kind of bad
ammunition
too
box
because
here. I'm
knowing
gonna
that I
buy one.
wasn't
Just
able to
keep
do
that one.
those
My
same
truck ever starts
things
chasing birds.
with my first 3, you know,
Uh,
I don't want them to ever take like contempt
Where
or
you
me,
dropping
whole
down
type
at?
of some resentment towards Kai or me
well, come on,
or
we
you.
Just
In
right here
that
in the
sense
middle.
that like you got
Everybody's
the
kind of spread
better
out
version
now,
of dad
so
that I ever got, or
Right.
you know what I mean, and
What
I
are
don't
you
want them to
dropping?
hold that against anybody
ammunitions
or
box because you found that other
against
one over there.
themselves too. Like, oh,
No,
he
that was the
wasn't
armor
good
box.
enough. Or, so it's
Oh,
always
fuck it.
Right here.
I
a
started just
fear
anyways.
I have one.
uh,
I have
uh,
an ammo box.
across the board of trying to make sure that
I'm gonna get a king.
I'm not overdoing it for just
Who
one
has
kid.
heli? Who has
Right.
heli?
You
Let's
know,
get up there.
and having
Yeah,
multiple
much
kids
better.
and then also multiple marriages, multiple homes. But it's definitely that feeling. Damn, bro. Am I doing enough? Am I doing too much? Like, am I making one kid feel alienated
Hey,
to
yeah.
pacify another?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy
Am
some.
The
I,
Mac, the Mac 10
is there
still
something that I can do to do better to make sure that I'm not? So I feel that I can definitely feel why you feel the way you feel, like of just being a new
Are you just
mother
killing
and
the
make sure
helicopter?
you're adequate.
Nah,
And,
he's
No,
shooting
it's
somebody.
trying to say there,
bro.
I can get with it. I don't know
Oh, I'm on the
exactly
other
how
side
I
of
feel,
the
but
map. I can't see that on the
I can
map.
get
We're
with
too
that. Can
far.
drive with what you're saying, man.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean.
Did you loot underneath or not yet?
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't done
also like
anything.
your
I'm
kids
going
are
Can do.
a lot older. You know, minimum what 9 years older?
Yeah, somebody looted underneath.
Did
Is
Kai?
the youngest? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. I guess the
Oh,
closest would
that's
be
probably
8
the dude that took off on the
because
probably
forklift.
took
Maya's
off.
about
Yeah.
to turn 9.
Mhm.
Where's
Yes, about to turn 9. So yeah, so she's about to turn 9. So yeah, so the closest one turned 8.
Yeah,
Him and
drop
8.
me a
I
link.
don't know where my. I don't know where my.
Yeah, so it's like it's been a while since they were babies, so it's like a lot of
Money,
things
money,
Yeah,
you also
he
kind of have
looted
to
the whole bottom.
relearn
It looked
and
like a
How you
things
request?
like that. So it's like it's definitely a journey
down
for
in the
both of
middle,
us.
you go over to
But
what
for
you
me,
need,
it's
and then
like
you
all
hit,
brand new.
right.
Like I was, my sister's about 10 years younger than
Oh
me.
wow.
So I was there, but I don't remember when she was like a baby,
I was talking to
any of that
Rucker
stuff.
yesterday,
I
dude.
have no
I
idea.
wish they
So
would put up
that didn't
whenever
really help.
somebody has a satchel.
Like as she got older,
That way,
I kind of remember stuff. But again,
still
it's different.
somebody's.
A sibling
They
versus
don't
your
have
actual
one.
child.
Because you can't, I can't, if you guys have a satchel, I
But they
can't
just
see
left
that.
you.
No,
Or
you went to go
nobody
do
else can
class.
see that.
I wasn't
Oh.
gonna lie.
Only you.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only see the satchel.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So-
no, yeah,
Because
it's
I
been
I thought he had one
different
yesterday,
trying
last night when we were
to
playing, and I took it. He was like, "Okay." I was like,
be a
"Fuck,
better
I
like
thought you
master
had
of
one
my
already,
emotions,
dude."
like to be a better father in general. Because I
Because
felt like at a young age, it was harder to kind of like
I was like, "What?"
keep the right emotions, the right emotional
See
state,
that,
and
but
be able to
like-
keep the right frame of mind.
I don't know how
No.
that
Being a young
no.
parent, dealing with
I don't know
a frustrating situation with a child and with a baby, and it was always one of those things where it's like,
We get our second drop at
oof, like how do you
First
cope?
or
Like
the
how do
first
you
circle?
The
get
first circle.
through
15.
one situation without blowing your top or like without being upset at the household or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like how to
Mhm.
navigate those feelings and situations. That became the challenge. And so like looking back at it when I was when I found out I was going to be a father again, looking back at like all my past behavior
or the
and how I handle situations and how I handle things with
Pretty quick. It's quick, man. It's
with a
fast,
with a
Use that,
baby in
like,
the
use
infant at
that
the
as
infant
like a sniper
stages,
rifle, see
you know,
mobility and
I
recoil
wanted to
quick,
make
and
sure
then
I
use
was
a,
better
like
than the
a AR as
last,
your
and
primary, and then that one
and
as your
trying to
secondary.
like handle that a stressful situation or a constant
I
crying
have it
baby, colicky
unlocked
baby,
and
or
stuff too.
um, whatever the case may
I
be.
just haven't been
You
using
know,
it
I wanted to
because
make sure
Warzone
that
is so tame.
Yeah, the king.
because I'm not gonna say at the young age I did like did anything wrong or anything like that
On
in a
top,
sense,
what's
but
on
I took resentment or like
what's on top?
held
Second
contentment
floor.
with the mother. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't put me in this situation. You know, fuck. like, like it was ill placed, but at the same time, that's where it was being placed. Just to be open and honest about it. So it
We're
became
still into.
No.
Nice.
Grab the recon.
issues,
Grab the recon. Grab the
arguing
recon.
topics. Where, you know what I mean? Where we're
Nobody's
fighting
grabbing
over
anything.
shit that we shouldn't even been fighting about in general,
Right.
and nobody knows why, or like neither one of us really understand why. We're
Buy a
just
UAV.
fighting. So it's like now I wanted to make sure that I stay emotionally open, emotionally
I just hate how
understanding,
slow you become when
especially
you pick
with
up a sniper rifle. Like when
you
you
know
get rid of the
postpartum,
mag,
and making sure that I
your like
Yeah,
mobility
dude.
goes
Either
slower.
that. Yeah,
am
that
able
or
to
else you change any kind of
understand
SMG
as
that
well
like
as
makes you faster, and then you just you need to
help
get back
the
to
best
your
way
AR
I
and
can.
sniper. Like, dang,
And
dude.
with postpartum, it's very hard for try to
Mike
it's
Lewis
very
did
hard
that
to
as
try
a
to
They
king.
killed that guy.
feel like to make the person feel
Yeah,
like
I
you're
wasn't
you're
over there.
you there
Huh?
without making it seem like you're overstepping their emotions, your
Right.
emotions. Because like I know
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
want to build me
been
200 so I can buy a separate UAV.
the
I can pop one and
hardest,
then
the
hold one.
postpartums. Like I
Oh,
wasn't
I can buy one
prepared
Yeah, I
too.
got you.
Oh, here, yeah,
um,
Art.
for it,
I can
and
give you 600 though
even
too.
You
now
take
it's
my money.
still
I have
something I'm
I have
dealing with,
600.
and it's just
I'm popping
like
mine.
adds to the
Okay,
anxiety and
Buy
like the
okay.
one
guilt and
and then give me the
I
money
have
just
and
one
buy
yeah,
like
popped.
it's not a fun ride. So
yeah, I can only imagine
we
like bro
popping
like
another one.
as a as a man I obviously don't have any clue exactly how postpartum feels
We're
to a
gonna end up
person.
like
Like I
staying right here
not
watching.
one clue whatsoever because I don't get it. We don't get it. We don't get that type of
Eye right here.
emotional, I guess, disconnect because you just literally let out a human out of your body, bro.
right,
Like you also took in their emotions as well
Ah, shit.
unknowingly.
Dude, I
You
saw a
know
video. I
that's
saw a video
why
of
pregnant women
a
are a
squad
little
all on a four-wheeler.
off, I guess, when they're
Three
pregnant
people
because
Die,
you're
die on
forming
us,
a
die
whole
on us.
human. So like your hormones, oh shit, your hormones are all over
Why
the
would you
place.
do
You
that?
know,
yeah,
so that's where it's
and
like.
like birth
Another
control
one?
doesn't help because that's
Yeah.
also
He's up top
hormones.
in the sky somewhere.
So but unfortunately, I
He's
I
parachuting.
I don't feel comfortable like, oh, let's just, get a hysterectomy to take all my insides out. Just
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to do all of that to not have a baby.
Oh,
But I don't want to get pregnant. I don't.
Wait,
I'm
did I knock
not
him? Or did he dip?
ready for
Yeah,
another
he did.
child. I'm again still reeling from this one. Love my baby and everything, but just
trying to get in
postpartum,
there.
that has
Yeah.
just
Is he
been
up
a
there with you?
fucking monster to deal
He's
with.
marking down
Right.
here.
And also, the labor pains and all
How
that. Never want to experience that again.
He's right
That was
underneath.
the worst thing ever. Oh my god. I don't think you want me to experience that.
No, I do not. I don't want any experience of
That
any.
wasn't easy to deal with while pregnant or, trying to give birth, but you were a trooper.
Boy, I did my best, bro.
And the thing is, like, I really,
Oh, he was
no
wet.
bullshit.
He
I,
tried
and
leaning.
it may
Tried
sound
shut him
weird or
down.
something
That's
to someone
not
else, but,
moving.
like, I know what I mean. I want to give you your props because to be honest, to be very honest, we didn't know each other well enough to have a baby.
No,
We didn't. It
Is
was
there
the
another,
beginning of our
there's no
relationship.
more, recon?
But
More recon.
once I decided like that is something that I did want
Shit,
to
don't matter. We need
continue
the money.
with.
I guess for you.
You were on board and, as the male, partner should, I believe. You were very supportive and
Oh, okay.
of course you were like, hey, it's your body.
Did somebody
It's your
buy
choice,
extra ammo?
And I believe in,
That was mine.
unless it's like some weird situation, obviously we know each other enough so I can talk to you about it and everything. We're supposed to be in a relationship, even though it was the beginning.
right.
So I talked to you about it and everything. I wasn't just like, oh, I'm just
Why
gonna
was
do
this
it,
guy just chilling?
whatever. Like, no, I believe in talking to the other person.
Right.
If you two are
I
in a
have the rest of
relationship,
the money if
and
want
you
it
were
down here.
supportive either way, and we really like, again, with how
Thank you, bye-bye.
crazy my hormones were, and then I was going through like a breakup and all that stuff too. My former poly relationship.
Pick up my old
It was
one.
hard, and you took it all in stride, and you were really like just there, and like
that guy on the desk. And
I
he just
don't
pointed
know,
at
it's
the
like
screen and
it
just
was.
started
All right, I feel you. I mean,
Yeah.
my thing was like,
And not to like, again, I know it probably sounds like you're congratulating someone for doing what they should do. Like, no, not really. But, you can still give props to someone, like, and not be, like, pick me sounding or something. You know what I mean?
yeah, I wouldn't take that from you and taking it
Well,
from
that
me that
first
way.
guy who ended up
I don't
top,
think
yeah,
anybody
y'all know
should
him,
really.
but when I
I
started,
mean, at the end of the day,
the
you
Rams
just
were gonna do more damage, so
I mean, honest,
appreciative of
honestly, we did not know each other well enough. Like, that's the honest truth.
Right.
And you know what? If you were like, I don't know if I can do this or something, I mean, we barely knew each other.
762.
That's the
bro.
truth. That's
now
the
we're comparing
God
sizes
honest
with
truth
them.
about how we started and everything. So, for what it was, it went well.
Yes.
The whole
It
pregnancy
went
and
as best as it possibly could go.
and like I
Give
feel
me-
like I really saw like you and how like you say about like staying calm or thinking like logically or thinking of another way about something. Like I really saw that.
You hear me?
And if they say something that about pregnancy is like how you're treated or whatever, you'll never forget. And like I won't ever forget how you were just in the face of like us struggling, going through things. You losing your job, then a pandemic, us moving.
I'm popping. Let
You
me know
were
if I'm
very
fine. I'm
level-headed
fine.
and just like my rock, and I really appreciate that. I don't know if I've ever really told you, but
Gee, no.
no, but I really do. Like I see it, I saw it, and I just want to say thank you because it wasn't easy. I don't know, it wasn't easy. Not even no cap. Like I was not easy to deal with, bro. I know myself, and me being pregnant was a shit show. It's a shit show. My hormones are in balance already. And postpartum and the fucking birth control just make it worse. So, but again, I don't want to be pregnant. I'm not doing because we got pregnant with a condom, like it broke. So I don't really trust that to be like, well, to no hormones, use condoms. Like, no, no thanks. I don't want to go through that.
Alright,
I'm
I'm gonna have
scared.
to drop one of these munitions boxes.
That's why we got it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, I appreciate the compliment or the praise that you just gave, bro. Like,
Nobody, but
I mean, my thing was, I've always tried to look at things on a more logical side, no matter how bad the situation is. Look at the logistics of it, or look at the actual situation and how it can be affected, how it can be changed, and how can we affect it? How can I make it different? And that's how I've always been able to approach a lot of shit. Because at the end of the day, I never wanted to be as if we didn't know we never had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever wanted to feel like we never
Everybody said already
sat down and
25 or out of 20.
actively created something to follow. Like I don't want to fly by the seat of my pants, and so I never wanted you to feel as if that we are flying by the seat of our pants. Like,
Right.
even if we technically weren't in any type of sense, like, oh yeah, we were flying by the seat of our fucking pants. Like, by all means, we were, but we never felt it. We made a plan to go through with it. We made a plan to go through
How do you want to push this?
that we could go through with.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't
And every step of the way, we made sure that was possible, or that worked, or that could.
Nice.
Damn, good shot,
Damn,
dude.
I tried to finish it when I
Dude.
missed.
I
I
didn't know
would
you
have.
got him. There you go.
One's over here.
Hit him once.
There goes the other one.
My timer was a little off.
Got a
Cracked
break.
him. Cracked him.
Push it, Nunez.
He's cracked in there.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
cracked in there.
I'm holding.
They're pushing to him.
Another one ran across.
Found a pistol
Yeah, I
here.
saw him.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
there's
Moving
two up
that
top
way.
over here.
Make for target location.
Oh, that's.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
for any
Back him up, please.
first time mom, especially because I'm speaking from experience. That's why I'm single and first time moms out.
They didn't pick up on the
No,
UAV,
they
did they?
went on
It
UAV.
it's hard.
I'm good,
It's
I'm good,
hard.
I'm good,
I
I'm
see
good.
you and I
He's waiting from the window
understand,
across.
and
Oh my god, dude.
it will
They're pushing.
get better, but it you need help with it.
Ah.
Fucker ducked.
Yeah, no, he slid in as the fucking airstrike was hitting.
Mhm.
So
There's one under
it
y'all.
shook my screen, so I couldn't get to look down like I wanted to. That was my fault.
Shit, he's on
But yeah, I understand, and there is no problem, and no, there should be no shame with you getting. How did you?
No, they're all ghosts.
Bro, hit this man 30,000 times.
You sentimental. I'm here like fucking screaming at the game with
Look at how many times I hit this man and only got that much damage. That was ridiculous.
you.
But that's
But
Up top,
it's
across.
it's hard,
Up
and
top.
you're gonna need some sort of help, whether it be a therapist, talk to your doctor, hopefully you have a
They're all
supportive
using the
partner.
ramps, so watch it.
Or supportive friends or family. I don't really have many people like that I feel I can talk to.
Found him.
Like I don't have the
I downed the one
easiest
up top, downed the one
relationship
up
I
top.
guess I could say with my family.
Putting up
Right.
plates. putting
Both
up plates.
sides. My sister, she's living her life, working, whatever. So we don't really get to talk a lot. And I've told her about
I
it,
had
but
his buddy call me out
it's,
on where he was at.
whatever.
Where I was at.
And I don't have the best relationship with my mother, so it's hard, and you gotta have
See him landing?
some sort of support. Luckily, I have a best friend,
Yeah,
who
one
I
was up
can
there,
talk
Mike, right there by
to,
that little
and
box.
now I can say it because
Already
she
down
publicly
one up there.
announces
I don't
she's
know if
pregnant.
Yeah.
So
Congrats,
we can,
congrats.
It's not-
yeah,
they're
so we
coming
can
in again.
now
You're right, you saw Mike.
I can make sure that I'm there for her, even though she has her mom
Fuck,
who's super
came
supportive,
across.
very excited, her brother, her aunt,
That's what he was
and
trying
of
to say.
course, her fiance and even his family. But I currently know what it's like. So I want her to know that she has someone. It's hard because it's a very hard thing to deal with. So just anyone out there going through postpartum or just
That's
trying to
Get that
navigate
truck and
motherhood,
Fucking bitch. Fucking hate that.
yeah,
pistol.
just
Man,
keep
you
going
fucking
and
pistol, dude.
try to have some sort of support, whether
Please.
again
Almost
even a
fucking had it,
therapist,
too.
something, because it's not
Oh
easy.
my god.
It really isn't. I never knew. Like when I would hear some celebrity who she said like
Down below, it looked like somebody was moving.
postpartum was so bad she didn't even want to hold her baby, and it was like I understand what that means. It's ugh.
Mike.
I would never-
wouldn't wish it on anyone. Like
I'll never understand what that actually means
400
because
damage, bro.
I can hear the statement, but I can't get the feeling behind it. 'Cause
Mhm.
I don't.
Yeah, that's not pretty.
You know what I mean? Like
fucking
I'm not a woman. I will never feel that type of connection
I just don't have it leveled up, so I don't.
and disconnect at the same
because it's
time.
like I forgot who it was it Brooke Shields or something, like she loves her baby to death and everything, but it's just like it's something that also, like you said, it's that disconnect too, but it's not wanted. Like you don't
Right.
Move to the
I
you don't know how to
it's-
stop it.
I think they say
I didn't
it's
mean to mark that,
no
but
because of the
that's
fact
what
that you
I'm
have that you just had a baby and it's like that weird disconnect of like you were once one, now you're
Mhm.
two kind of thing, and so it's like I like to chalk it up to like sci-fi shit where like this is how I kind of rectified it, justified it in my head to where it kind of like it makes
Then
more
you have
sense
a
to
team.
me.
Mhm.
Not like it should be some type of biological definition.
We're not doctors,
Right? But like I'm just like I kind of chalk it up to like some type of like like we were one being, now we're two. Our disconnect, like because all tends like did form through from you. So it's like
maybe I
like
mean for me, I
taking
think
a sentient tumor off of you.
I think
you know.
I think personally it was like because of the fact that it was such a surprise and it was such a hard time. Pregnancy wasn't easy for me. That whole time period was not easy.
I think that's
So like I think that kind of had something for me at least, not for every woman
Right.
or whatever. For me, that sort of had something to do with it. I didn't really get to
Oh my
like
God,
enjoy my pregnancy. Also, like it felt very bad, so I don't know if I ever can enjoy it because it did not feel good being pregnant. I hurt. I was just hot and big, and Ugh.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, people. I think it's like pregnancy happens
Keep
differently for
holding the
different
zone.
folks.
You
And I
got this shit.
think people that
You
get
still got
pregnant,
high ground.
multiple times, maybe the second is easier or the third is easier. You
I've
know what I'm
heard
saying?
that.
Like I guess technically gets easier each time, in a way. And then of course there's women that it's horrible every time. Don't know why he did it again, or you know what I mean. So it's like it's just I guess it really depends on the person. For a stance of it. I mean, for me, fatherhood is always. I guess dealing with pregnant women is always the same. All right, there's no
Someone else?
no, that dude quick scoped him while being. Oh no, never mind. No, another dude was there. Never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
Never mind. Another dude was there. He was shooting the dude and then another shot. Okay, I was
My
like,
boy just got
damn,
quick
Gino.
No, that was by a different guy, not the one he was shooting at, right?
Nah, this is the guy who shoot.
But but yeah, like it's always the same. Like you guys are always crazy. Nah, you're always doing the wildness. You never know why it's happening. Even if they're cheerful and happy throughout the whole thing, it's you guys are always everywhere. Just temporary bipolarism, I guess. I don't know because y'all be making shit deeper than what it is, or less than what it is, or you're hot then you're cold physically, like everything is all topsy turvy, bro. So nah, like I can't sit there and try to say, oh, it gets easier because my baby mama every single fucking time was a fucking nightmare. So it never changed. Like she never quite got the hang of it. I don't know what to tell you. Like it's just not the thing. Like she just and not by her fault or like she was just I want to be a bitch this pregnancy. Like it was the baby hormones. She was it just is what it is. It wasn't just like it wasn't yours. You know? It was just wild as fuck. Like it's never changing. That's the main thing. It's never different.
It's something, bro. It's something. Oh my gosh, it's just wild to think like I have a small human that's made for me.
Boy.
Like whenever I hear him just doing his little thing, or when he's eating or feeding him, or he's drinking his little pouches or whatever, I'm just like,
It's a whole little human.
it is, and I gotta teach him all the stuff that I know now. Like I'm just walking, talking, eating.
You ever try to
what
go
a
over
flex
things
to babies. Standing there without falling.
without falling? This nigga is a master. Like, no, man, this is normal. You will get to this level. Trust me, we're gonna teach you. But it's just wild. To like really think about like, bro, this little mini human. And you gotta go over every fucking thing that you know.
Yeah.
Like, man, do I know how to do these things? Like, you just gotta go over all the basics. Okay, this is eating. Okay, this is how you grab stuff. All right, I gotta make sure I know it. And that's just such. It's so wild. Like, it's so wild that we have to. Like, humans makes no sense to me in this regard because it's like when I really think about this shit, and I always say this to you before. How the fuck do we have babies that do absolutely nothing? Nothing that we do off rip other than make audible noises. That's the only thing they do. Like we make noises, they make noises. You know what I mean? Like we just know how to make our noises sound like words that we understand. You know, that's the only difference here. Like, but it's like, how the fuck do we get babies that don't do it? Like every other animal gets a baby that does its natural function off rip. You know, and it's like we can't get a baby to come out walking. I mean, maybe talking is a different. That talking is, I think, you should always. I say always take this on, but like talking is understandable. You gotta learn how to make those noises where we can understand.
Right.
So you gotta learn that. But like, I feel like walking should be something they just come out and do. I feel like they should just come out and like stumble a little bit for a couple of days, and then like, okay, I got this. I can talk. You know,
like a deer.
like a deer, like a little fawn. Like how we can't get that? I feel like that's not asking too much. I think the universe creators should be like, we can change that up. I can advance your babies a little bit in the future. I don't know. Move us forward a little bit. Let's not let us evolve so slow.
It's well, doctors
They set up
do
like a
that.
whole
Mutation or whatever the hell.
We ain't splicing motherfuckers. I don't want nobody spliced.
That's too much.
Bro, how they all
Like,
did they all miss? Oh, I thought they all missed. I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about that. You editing stuff just cause, like,
What you mean? What you mean?
like those people who do that, like they get gene editing, whatever.
Wait, time out. I've never heard of this, and you're talking as if this is a thing, and I want to know what this thing is. So are you
Okay,
telling me?
let me look at fucking explain it.
Are you telling me right fucking now? I mean, right fucking now.
It's
You're
like a
telling me
controversy. Like,
that people are actually splicing people and adding other DNAs into other people.
like I don't know about adding other DNA, like taking out a recessive trait or like a mutated trait or something like that.
Okay.
It's gene editing is a group of technologies that give scientists the ability to change an organism's DNA. These technologies allow genetic material to be added, removed, or altered at a particular locations in the genome.
Huh. So pretty much the fucking American Dad episode was real. It's like a play off an actual situation that's happening in the world.
There's gonna be
I
a
would have
team over
never
here.
guessed.
They're working on the ground.
I thought that was just
They're probably gonna
wild.
move that way.
It changes the cells and DNA. Changes the DNA in cells of adult or child to treat disease or even try to enhance that person in some way. That's why it's controversial.
Wow.
Yeah, so like, I don't want my child to have Down syndrome, or I want my child to have blue eyes.
You know
or-
what? I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that people saying those kind of things is like some
They need
defense
some
or
charge.
something.
Michael's about
I
to
never really
die.
put two and two together. I was like, I mean, I think that's okay to say, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, that's why.
But
they're
oh, it's
saying
because they
it,
were
like,
saying it because they were trying to
right.
say they're okay with spicing babies, and taking out genes and shit. So, yeah, that's a little weird. It's a little creepy. I feel like you're gonna create a creepy baby.
Yeah,
You'll
that's like
create- you'll
just
create a
let
super
things be. I don't know about all that. Like it just seems.
Sorry, I hate the way the
Just
fucking
it seems
windows
iffy
are
that
with
you
the
can pull
sun
this
glare.
off anyway. Like,
I mean, the fact that we're already kind of doing it to
supposed to be
dogs and
fixing the
stuff is a
sun,
little.
I mean, I thought that was more or
Oh,
less
yeah, there you
selective
go, there you
breeding.
The guy right there.
You know what? You're right. It's not. It's not
What?
gene editing. They're not gene editing dogs.
Melt
You're
and
right.
let her come out.
Oh,
my
no,
God.
you're
He's
right.
going to the other one. He's going to the other
It's
one.
still a little weird, but it's not as weird as like they're taking a dog and performing DNA shit on
Right.
it.
I was like, no, yeah, I thought they were
How
just
much of
doing
them are
I
there?
can't hear Mike.
edits.
I just saw
Man, that
one.
shit get over there fast as fuck. I can listen. But yeah, that's all. I was like, are they really?
They're going to this side though.
doing that to dogs? If they're doing that to dogs, whoa.
Or
Dog
this
breeding has
area.
become like different. Monsters. I never.
They got
They're
their
loading their load
Right
out.
there.
They got their load out.
Thought it was more like selective
I was
breeding,
gonna
where
say,
they
we need
just
to push
breed you
before
with a
now.
certain animal.
I'm gonna kind of
Yeah, you're
reshape
right.
them.
Same animal over and over and shit. I wanted to be as small as a tiny teacup, and it's like,
Forget about
what the
moving.
fuck you want it for?
Damn, its bones are precious.
His bones are brittle. Man, you have just made this dog a fucking paperweight.
Where's the pie out?
Sorry,
Do
guys.
you understand what you're doing? But it's so tiny. Oh my god, I can
Bro, that's nice. That was
Such a
questionable.
wild thing. Such a wild fucking thing.
Bro, you got fucking quick.
Like, I love
Yeah,
pugs.
I feel,
I'm
but
saying.
it's so
I
sad.
was
It was the
tearing
other
it up,
tank. It
so
was the other
sad.
teammate. It was the other
Man,
team.
other
There was
health
two there.
problems.
Not the one you were shooting at. It was the one with the white
Oh,
shirt.
there's
It's not.
another guy?
It's.
Yeah,
I had
the
to
one with
post
the
one
white
up.
shirt, and then
I
there was
never
the one with the dark
understood
clothing.
why
You
they
didn't
had the
see
problems
him.
they had.
I didn't
just
see
thought
him
that
until
this
he ran
up on
this
you.
dog. Man, just to find out that that's because they were
That's why I was
breeding
like,
the way
ooh,
they
man,
were.
I didn't know that sniper.
It's like,
Nah, they
I
were
feel
shooting
sad.
him,
But,
man.
Damn, bro, like I
Dude, yeah, I
bought
know.
these.
Oh, there they
Well,
go. I
actually
hear
found
Philly.
these.
It looks like they're pushing
Who the
it.
fuck? Did someone just jump off? Okay, R2 shooting this guy. Who am I shooting? I don't know who he's shooting at. He's shooting his weapon. I don't know who.
It's all
They're
of
on
them.
y'all.
Do it.
Oh wow.
I downed two.
I took all four of them on.
Shit, dude. They revived
This
him.
is why we shouldn't. This is why we shouldn't have split focus. Nunez went over there.
Fucking A, man.
And we got pushed by another
Why did I
team.
run up on it?
That's my fault because I didn't have my volume on.
Notice stay back.
Oh, that's I damn on it.
Get the fuck out of here. You little bitch.
They got the
Fucking trash cans camping like
I
pussy.
should have turned my headset on.
Are they in there?
How
in
did
that
y'all all
building
get
with you?
taken out? What happened? No.
They all rolled up.
Yeah, we got pulled up on.
Some choice words or well-placed stuff.
You figured out what you want for lunch?
I should have threw a flash grenade. I didn't know they were right there fighting. Should have threw it right there. If I'd have threw that, I probably would have won that.
You're up next,
Yeah,
mate. Get
moment.
ready.
Dang it, me and Cam did the same thing, dude. We came up that side where they were at.
Line. You lose, your fight is over.
For lunch, I have no idea.
Sort them out or capture the objective.
Oh, good,
Alright,
that's
I
good.
got you. Art. He's going right. He's going right. He's going right.
Oh,
Building,
we all
in the building,
died.
in the building.
That's
He's downstairs. About to come through the doorway.
Okay, okay.
that truck stayed.
Be advised,
No.
some teammates
Oh
are
my
asking
god, dude. How was that not a headshot?
RTB at this time.
He was crouching, man.
I don't know, but yeah, no.
Dang, man.
It's good that we was able to kind of bond through that whole situation, honestly. To
Yeah,
kinda grow
yeah.
and connect through.
It
through this pregnancy.
definitely. You're talking about me being pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pregnancy.
Bitch.
Trying to get it to where.
What's the move?
It definitely did allow us to really like, okay, yeah, we really got to get to know each other. We really
Right.
got to like
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get my shit at all. It's
be
right
cool
here.
with one another.
Making a move.
Because, you know, whole baby here.
Yeah, exactly.
We can go military, but I
But,
highly doubt military's
yeah,
gonna have
you know.
anything.
I'm happy with my little baby boy.
And I can't run that
Happy
much.
with the little
man.
family.
I believe it. I'm going for that.
He makes me laugh. It's funny.
I try to be.
box.
Funny.
Mom and the baby.
Oh.
You make me laugh too, but I was talking about the baby.
Nunez.
I pressed A, bro. I'm dead. They're on it. They're on it. Don't come, Cam.
Target.
And with that,
Oh, let's try to scope you.
And with that,
there's a lot going on. Y'all can't be playing without no microphone.
I pressed A. Yeah, they're pushing
Oh
me
my
hard.
god. So chaotic.
oh what?
No way.
What the truck was? What?
We lost that one.
I pressed A. I swear to
Bro,
God.
I've never in my life known a truck to get wedged like that. I never seen a truck get wedged in such a fashion. That made zero fucking sense.
I swear to
Did
God.
y'all see
I
that?
was looking down. I was looking down. All I heard was like a
Bro,
gas one. I was like,
that
oh
was
my god,
hilarious.
this sucks.
Every wheel was wedged off the ground. I didn't even notice it. Like every
Oh,
single
man.
wheel was off the ground, bro. That's funny as shit,
Funny,
man.
dude.
Oh my god. But the thing with that, guys, we're gonna
Oh,
end it.
shoot, man.
I think this is a great,
That's
great
what
episode,
it
great show, great topic.
happy
Hey,
or
if
auto,
any new parents out
dog?
there, parents out there that can relate, by all means, drop some
Why?
comments, drop your story.
know your
Let me know how
experience.
you deal with your postpartum. How did you, as a man, how
They
did you
won't
deal
let you do
with,
it past
or
a
as the
certain
partner,
point, which is
as
where
the
the auto
partner of
control
someone
will come into
who's
play.
going through
Well, yeah, but if
postpartum.
you're dropping
How
it
did
and
you
open
manage
the
to
curtains and then closing and dropping
be
the free fall until you
the
open
rock
it?
and other form of fashions that didn't feel
Right.
like it was
But
overstepping their
were you
emotion?
too far down?
How did you,
I
you
didn't
know,
really
I
see it.
guess
just-
because
I
I
was
navigate
like,
that
man.
that
How'd
that
you
channel?
feel
How did you
about
do it?
and I stood
seeing
the
your
ground.
partner go through
Go
that
through that,
postpartum
and
and
See, that's kind of crappy, dude.
try
Like,
to
you
try to
take-
help her
you should
and
be
try
able
to
deploy
help
things,
him
like,
in those
like, the
ways. Like,
very,
how
very
did you
last second.
how'd you go through that? Like, so by all means, drop some comments, drop
Game
some
built like
drop your
that.
experiences, man. We greatly appreciate it.
Oh, man,
Very
dude,
much
that
so.
got
But
put up
we're
on
gonna get out of here
the
for the day. Grab some lunch because we're starving. But again, we'll be back next Sunday with this type of podcast. So this is what you should expect, man. We'll be more or less talking about our experiences and how we're how we're coping with certain things and how we grow for certain things, how we grew. just to give you guys a little bit better direction on how we're going to be taking the show, man. This is what you should be, more or less expecting to hear, and at the end of the day, man, to tie in, I guess a final thought, I guess, on the topic is, from my perspective as a man, from my standpoint of being her partner, going through pregnancy and then postpartum and everything else, it's just providing that stability is what I took my role as. It may be different for somebody else or maybe similar, but like just providing that stability of like I'm always going to be calm headed. I'm always going to be the one to make sure no matter what we're going through, we got some form or fashion of a plan to make it through. Um, to be the one that sees not just the far left situation, but also seeing the center and also seeing an end game, trying to see that end game to where we're not just floating out in the sea of anxiety on both ends. Because even though maybe internally that I was, freaking the fuck out just like everybody else, just like she was, I'm I'm not showing it like no like a duck on water. I took that phrase to heart. Like my father told me that shit when I was dealing with anxiety as a teen and trying to get through issues and get through schoolwork and shit like that. He always told me like be like a duck on water, like don't judge yourself on other people's success and your lack thereof because they're struggling too. And just like you can't show yours, or say show yours, but like you don't have to show yours to get through. You know what I mean? You can feel it in all means, but don't let it affect you from moving forward. And like a duck on the water, saying they look calm and majestic, but their feet be paddling underneath just so they can keep moving forward. And that's how I look at it. Like I may be panicking on the inside, but I'm gonna keep moving forward. On the outside, you'll never see me sweat. So that was the stance I took to try to help you help her get through it all. It's like I'll always be that stable factor. You'll always be able to come look at me and be like, okay, he's not panicking. I'm gonna relax too. Or he has a plan, or we have a plan that we came with together. Let me try to take more solace in it, even though you still may be panicking or whatever. Kind of hold something you hold fast to. So, but yeah, that's where I was working from that.
Don't mind if I do.
So at the end of it all, man, I want you guys to drop some comments, drop some likes. I appreciate all the followers and likes that I have so far.
Thank you to everyone tuned in. Any shares?
Yes, all that
Appreciate it.
reacts and everything, man. I like it. I appreciate it all very, very much. And again, follow all our socials: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Goddamn Cam, Twitter's Goddamn Cam 92, but you'll still find me on there. I'm pretty sure if you put in Goddamn Cam, I'll come up with the group of Goddamn Cams, like you see. But other than that, man, y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great rest of your Sundays. Hey, man, if y'all couples out there, look at both situations both ways, man. Never look at situations. That's like my biggest advice. Is always look at situations both ways, from both standpoints. Because that's the best way that you kind of, negate defensive tactics or being, argumentative or not seeing eye to eye. You just try to make sure you see both ways. But yeah, man, have a good week, man. Have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves. We'll get out of here and have some fun with y'all tomorrow, man. But other than that,
Be streaming 2 to 5?
I should be on 2 to 5. If not, I'll be switching on tonight time. I will give notification of said switches.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm not ready
But I'll see you Monday 2 to 5, man. Y'all have a great and wonderful week and weekend. Till next time, y'all.
I
Peace.
won't go in this
Only got one play. Only got one.